We have an ice maker line that runs across our ceiling in the basement, and there was a hole in that ice maker line, and the water from that ended up spilling down into our basement, down the walls and across the carpet. We had been out with our family and came home, and I went down to do some laundry, and when I opened the basement door, I stepped into about 1.5 inches of water.
We came into the office one day, and there was this leak that had happened in the bathroom and came through one of the closets, and it soaked up into the drywall and into the hardwood floors.
My wife went downstairs to do something in the laundry room, and she found that there was water coming out from underneath the wall.
I thought the carpet would have to be replaced. I thought the walls would have to be completely redone. The new drywall would have to be put up. All of our things were wet in the storage room. The cement was wet. Part of our sheetrock was wet, and our 2 bedrooms with carpet had all been soaked all the way through, and it was starting to go up the walls.
When I first saw this big mess, I was just thinking how long it was going to take for us to clean it up and have it all taken care of, and it was going to make it so that we had to shut down our business.
I started mopping things up, but I had a pretty good amount of wallboard that was moist. It was pretty wet, at least 2 to 3 foot up the wall. So we were really braced for the worst. It was going to be terrible, we thought. So the restoration company came and assessed the situation. They first sucked the water that they could out of the carpet with the machine they had, and then they used something called Test to dry out the carpet and the padding and the walls. We were really pleasantly surprised that they had a system that could dry our house a lot more quickly, and that we could continue to live around it, and that it was going to be a lot less hassle than it had been before. It
dried out all the drywall, the floors, and they actually came in over the weekend and didn't affect our business at all during regular operation hours. I was surprised that with this Test machine, it only took maybe a day or 2 to dry everything out completely. They were able to wrap the areas with plastic, and we could still move around, and we didn't have to move everything entirely out. It was just a couple of days when I was thinking originally it was going to take 2 or 3 weeks. We loved how fast it was, because then we could get back to our life. I imagine the amount of heat that was being put out by the machine was able to quickly dry it, and so it dried the padding and the carpet and the walls very quickly. We have a lot of kids, and to be able to have to move out of our house in order to clean up a flood would have been a real hassle. We were so glad that with the TES system they were able to isolate the areas that were most flooded and had the most damage and the most water, and heat those up and get them done quickly, because to take everybody out of the house for 5 days just wasn't a possibility. And we were really grateful to be able to stay in our house while they were able to fix our flood and we could get on with our life. This Test machine was able to dry everything out very quickly, and we were able to resume our use of our new basement. We have a busy office around. We really can't afford to have any downtime because of a leaky pipe. But because of the TES system, they came in, they cleaned everything up, and we're back in business in a couple of days. From a standpoint of cost, we definitely saved thousands of dollars. The TES system saved me a lot of money, a lot of time, and I definitely recommend it to anybody. We've had a lot of floods in the past, and with the old way, it was a real hassle. The TES system makes all the difference.
To find a TES operator in your area, call 1-800-948-1754 or visit tesdryingsystem.com.